I was given the philosophy that can transform your life and our world. And today's been a really interesting day for me to finally pull all of this together and to tell you that because I would love for you to transform your life because I know that you will then help create a much better world. Um, there's nothing that's happening accidentally in our lives or in the world. We just figure it out as we live, and different individuals bring in information that help us accomplish that. There have been so many who have come before, and I didn't know I was going to be one of them, but that's what happened. When I started receiving Wilhelm in 1989, it was had no intention of even showing it to people or bringing it to the world. But what I do know is that it was healing my life, giving me greater understanding, moving me to a higher state of consciousness, and then later on, I started giving it to others. But still, the idea was so difficult for me to accept. I shared something earlier today where I wrote an article 3 years ago where I said I could become a billionaire and transform the world because I knew that I had discovered something, but still owning it was not something that I was willing to do. And I kind of made that in jest because I knew people wouldn't believe it or accept it because it just seemed too outrageous, especially the entire statement of becoming this billionaire. But I that's not so far-fetched because if you have something that can help so many people, then that would be the natural outcome, and that's what I have. I started to realize that Wilhelm had given me so much information for these 36 years. There were no questions that anyone might have about their life or what was going on or how to maneuver something, how to handle something that I had not received and written down. And then I proved it because the last several months, actually since last November, I've been putting down just a block of messages from 2008 through on certain days. And when you read them, you'll see that it's organized, as is our universe. You have a unique genetic code when you were born. That's what came in. It was energetic as well. And when you become aligned with it, then you live this life that is really wonderful and you start to understand who you are. But we also have blockages we have to move through, all of us. They're going to be just different. And not everyone is going to do that. And that's the world that we're in right now. So it depends on how many of us are going to decide to move to a higher state of consciousness, remember who we are and our worthiness and our value and our purpose and all of that. And I was given that plan. But it took me a long time to really recognize it because, again, it hadn't been done. I put that out. Otherwise, no one has done this before. So it was really challenging for people to believe it, even though the results are really clear because the things that I've moved through and healed and come to at this age, 74, that doesn't even make sense to me, but it's what it is. But the other thing I did, people years ago would tell me I should have been charging $5,000 for this work because what it can do, as opposed to other things that you might do and you've paid thousands of many hundreds or thousands of dollars for, and you're still not confident in who you are or understanding who you are or move through the difficulties and blockages. This work has you do that. And so that's why I can say I've been given the philosophy that can transform your life and our world. See, because I was accessing something that I didn't understand. It was universal consciousness. I was doing that from a completely different place. And then it came out organized, and it was meant to show us that there is organization in our world. We think that everything is happening haphazardly or accidentally. It isn't. It's just energy. And then there are energies of our planets that keep changing and moving, and that affects us all in different ways over generations. And when you read the messages that I put up for July the 8th, because they always give me things in advance, and I thought I'd put them up now so you could see them. And if you go through them, the title says, you have more to give now. You have so much more to give. That's all of us. If we decide that we're going to own what we've developed and what's within us, then we have more to give of a higher state of understanding. But then we're going to have those times where we've been talked out of that, and that's the consciousness that we might have developed. So it takes a while for us to shift that, depending on where we are. But I hope you enjoy the messages. And if you look at all the days, the last several days that I've done, you will see that every year is giving you something else that's going to shift your mind and bring you to a higher state of understanding. Yeah, it took me a long time, but it doesn't have to take you that long. this work is so fast, let's say, as opposed to anything else, because that's how we evolve. And that's what I have to offer you. You're here to do something incredible, and it's within you. And when you decide to own it, you will then have the life that you were meant to have. This work will take you there. See you soon.